good, everybody? It is Monday, August 21st, 2023. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. Now, if you're new to this brand, this is the end of our week, not the beginning, and we want to end it with a flurry because we need a bounce back. Way too many X's yesterday on the screen. I'm done with those parlays in golf. And by the way, it's Tour Championship week, and we're going to tout it in a second because we had all those X's, if you watch live, and I say it all the time, it pays to watch live. Then you cashed a big plus 1,500, plus 1,600 play yesterday. So we're all happy. Now, what are we focused on? We're focused on the NFL. And if you missed our futures episodes, they are in your feed right now. Turn on your notifications. You watch all three: player props, team totals. We have exotics, anything you could want. You still have time to watch all of those shows. And we have a potpourri of my stars, and three of them are here right now. You know them, you love them, and when you hit a live outright winner who shot the round of his life, a back nine of 28, what? You got to give the man his time. 20 seconds. See it? Floor is yours.
Well, I'm just so happy. Listen, I'm glad the crew hit something big among some X's yesterday for me personally, but there were so many people that were on that, not just from yesterday, from watching the Early Edge, also from watching CBS Sports HQ, also from my tweet that I put out Thursday night where you could have gotten Hovland at 35-1. I thought a lot of people missed that. Well, it turns out a lot of people didn't miss it. So listen, I saw somebody tweet out yesterday, turn your notifications on, not just for Sia, but for all these guys, because we're not only retweeting these shows, which has all the information, but we're tweeting out some picks too. And I'm just really happy. There were so many people on Victor Hovland, and he got red hot, just like I anticipated. This is a guy that can get red hot. This is golf. There's a lot of variance. He was only 3 shots back. It was really an easy play at plus 1,400, a touch harder at plus 3,500 Thursday night, but we cashed both.
You're damn right we cashed both. Buckets, proppy. You don't get 20 seconds like that. That's not the 20 seconds you two get. All right? I love getting those tweets. I love getting those notes. I love getting when you say, oh, we paid attention here, or we listened here, or Steve said that here, or Patrick said that here. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Now, see you quickly. How many days?
We are Plaxico Burress days away, otherwise known as Josh Allen, otherwise known as Doug Williams, 17 days away from the kickoff of your team, Coach, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions.
Live from Arrowhead. Thursday night, September 7th. But today, we are focused on baseball. We got to stay laser focused on what we have in front of us. And we're going to play Dog of the Day. We haven't played this in a while. So here are the dogs that we are looking at. The Red Sox plus 110, slight dog. They had a good weekend against the Yankees. Then the Giants and the Phillies. Hey, Phillies, how about showing up in Williamsport last night? How about doing that? Mets plus 170 against the Braves. All right. Counselor, you had such a great weekend. Why don't you start us off?
I'll start out with the Red Sox. I actually almost made this a first 5 play for me. Red Sox first 5 plus a half, which, by the way, is minus 135. Christian Javier's been really inconsistent. Paxton's okay. You know, he's not a great pitcher. He's not a bad pitcher. I like how the Red Sox are playing. I'm not so sure I like how the Astros are playing. So I know they're coming off that high-intensity Yankees series, but plus 110 is a pretty good number for the Red Sox. That's where I'm going.
Astros couldn't hit it all over the weekend. The Mariners are starting to play a lot better. Proppy, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm with the counselor here. Watching the Astros get swept by Seattle just did not inspire a lot of confidence in them. Red Sox obviously coming off that sweep at Yankee Stadium. A lot of momentum there. Give me the Red Sox as a dog.
All right. I like that a lot. Some teams are just folding in. I never thought I would say that about the New York Yankees. Damn, they are bad. Bad. But we're starting to ramp it up. I love the energy. We're starting to play our way into week 1. We are everywhere. A year ago, I was begging for my crew to be used. Now, I've got to turn them down. I got to turn off the phone because they're calling us so much. Where? Here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in Tour Championship history. We're down to the Final Four.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
You think I'm playing with you? Throw that schedule up there, Snake, one time for me. This is just today. 3 p.m. Eastern time, Emery Hunt, all things football. And Chip Patterson as well. Then at 6, getting you set for the night in sports. Emery, Sniper, M Squared, and Chip. Then how about a little live betting for you? Emery, Proppy, M Squared at 8. And then, of course, his spot that he loves so very much, midnight Eastern time, the Sniper, and he'll be in a great mood tomorrow morning. All right, now it's time to play our favorite game, at least for some of us. Pick the prop. And I knew this day would come. I knew that we'd have these 5 on the board. Oh, Corey Seager. Buckets actually knows who this guy is. Shohei Ohtani, or Shohei Ohtani. Christian Walker, Ellie De La Cruz. I haven't been talking about him very much lately. Cody Bellinger, who now is with the Cubs, and I always think he still plays for the Dodgers. So there are the numbers. These are the top 5 in the model at SportsLine. If you're a SportsLine member, you already knew that. Proppy, I'm going to start with you. Who goes the yard today?
Yeah, it's a tough one here, Coach. I like some of these options. There's a toss-up, in my opinion, between Bellinger and Seager. I'm going to have to go with Bellinger just based on the price we're getting here. One of the hottest bats in baseball since the All-Star break. I like the matchup versus Tigers pitcher Alex Fado as well. Can't complain about that price at nearly 5.5 to 1 as well.
So we are fading fade out. Oh, I like that a lot. All right, Counselor, where are you going?
Well, this is a little bit of a prelude, as Sniper likes to say, 12 a.m., by the way. Good for you. As he likes to say, some foreshadowing. I'm going to go with my pick, of course. I'm going to go with Ellie De La Cruz at plus 450. I'll be honest, I don't love any of these numbers, and I don't normally say that, right? I normally have something that I'm pretty confident in. I'm going to take Ellie De La Cruz, though, at plus 450. I like the long number here. I like that he's facing Giolito. Listen, the Angels have not mailed it in necessarily like the Yankees, but they're just playing basically as poorly. And since getting Giolito, he's been bad too. Granted, he wasn't very good before that. Ellie De La Cruz has a few home runs on the season. It wouldn't shock me if he goes the yard today.
See, now why'd you have to say that? I know these are the 5 in the model at SportsLine, but you're literally rolling out a red carpet for Buckets to do whatever he wants to do. That's what you're doing. But Buckets, who's going the yard for you today, sir?
Well, Coach, now I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody that I am better than this incredible model that we use here at SportsLine. But I will say that the model maybe missed the obvious choice here. And this time, no. It is not Jorge Soler. We're going with a little person named Austin Riley, who's plus 350 to go the yard this afternoon. So I am off the board. And if you really want to know why, let me just tell you this. I have a friend that I go to the gym with who has the exact same name, Austin Riley. We got to back him here. Plus 350. Let's go, Coach.
You know what's funny? Is I believe him that he has a friend named Austin Riley. That's what is the craziest part. I'm just looking for that start time, 7:20 p.m. Eastern time for Austin Riley at plus 350. The man's doing his work. Do you want to do it?
Coach, real quick here, just so everybody knows, what team does he play for?
The Braves. Buckets. The Braves. Yeah, the Braves. Thank you.
That sounded eerily similar to a very, I thought you were going full Connor McBuckets there with not going to apologize for absolutely nothing when you gave that take on the model there, Buckets. Very close. I thought you were going to go all the way with the promo there.
If he ever does that, Proppy, my job is done. I do no longer need to be here every single day because Buckets can do everything himself. Now, if you say one more thing, Buckets, I swear to God, I'm going to jump through this camera. All right. Now, as many of you know, we are getting ready for a lot this fall, and a lot of things have been moving behind the scenes. But what hasn't changed is CBS is looking at us, the crew, to break down everything as the leaders in everything football, especially this. I'm so excited.
For something. First play of the game to the last play of the game. 1, 2, 3.
And we got 2 of the hottest conferences. This is big time college ball.
They're going to come. We're going to come.
2 big boys getting ready to play.
Big, being the operative word here.
And here they come.
I cannot believe we get the Big Ten and the SEC on our home. CBS. I love working for CBS. Favorite job I've ever had. Not close. And I've had some good ones. Now, who knew that Buckets was quietly giving us a great pick? Justin Nicely says Riley is hitting .444 and slugging .611 against Peterson, the pitcher, today. How did you know that?
You're asking me? Well, first of all, coaches, we need to figure out what slugging means. But once we figure that out, I think I can get you a good answer here.
And then Rebecca says this, and I think it's appropriate to say this right now. I think we need a reality TV show about Buckets. Truer words have never been spoken. And Proppy, I blame you. You started the whole 2024 campaign thing.
It's Buckets world, and we're just living in it, Coach.
All right. Now, the soccer, the pitch is alive. All the leagues are back. However, as Buckets educated us a couple weeks ago, you're not going to see as much in the middle of the week because there's no World Cup and we don't have to condense the schedule. So we got to pick and choose our spots. But he's going to be here 5 days a week. That means there's soccer every single day. We may have to go all the way to Turkey at 2 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm here for it. Buckets, you're up first.
Coach, now I know that Sia hit a nice little plus 3,400 outright earlier this week, but let me ask you, would you rather cash a plus 3,400 outright or a minus 115 in the Turkish Super League? Let's go, baby. I'm taking us all to the matchup between MKE Ankara-Gusu and Adana Demirspor taking place this afternoon at 2 p.m. MKE Ankara-Gusu is a decent club, but their coach went to the owners at the summer and said, hey, we need to bring in new talent or we will get relegated. And the owners said, no, figure it out with what you have. Meanwhile, Adana Demirspor, who was already a top 4 team, just brought in more and more and more good talent. We're taking Adana Demirspor at draw no bet, which is minus 115. And I think they win this outright, no problem. But you guys know how much I love my little safety net there. Then for our second pick, we're going to another Turkish matchup between newly promoted Samsunspor taking on one of the giants of Turkey, Fenerbahce, one of our classic teams that we have bet on time and time and time again here. And when you look at this matchup, this line might seem a little bit like a trap because the money line's not crazy. But Fenerbahce is having to sandwich this matchup in between other European competitions. However, do not be scared. Fenerbahce brought in incredible players like Edin Dzeko and Dusan Tadic. We're going with Fenerbahce money line plus over 1.5 goals in this match at minus 115.
Ballin says, where the hell does Buckets find these teams at? We ask him the same thing every single time, especially when we had to retire the here or there parlay. That was fun for a minute. R.I.P. R.I.P. All right, Proppy. I could tell you're just feeling better today. I can tell that my Proppy is back. The migraines are gone. And the reason you are feeling that way is because you've been grinding for us 2 different sports at the same time because that's who you are. So today, as we put NFL just to the side for a second, what is the lab telling us?
I live for this, Coach. And yes, quite a bit more pep in my step today. Not 1, not 2, but 3 plays, starting with the Cubs money line. You can find this around minus 130, minus 135. I'd certainly suggest shopping around. I'm really surprised the Cubs aren't a heavier favorite here. Certainly both these teams heading in opposite directions. The Detroit building for the future, not really concerned with winning this season. The Cubs still obviously in the thick of it. The Cubs are also playing great baseball. Javier Assad on the mound for Chicago, a relief pitcher, but he's actually pitched really well since he's been kind of used as a starter. 2 games, he's gone at least 6 innings in both games. Both of them were quality starts as well. Went 6 and 7 innings, and Alex Fado on the mound for Detroit really struggled with an ERA over 5. So I like the Cubs to take care of business. Sticking with the Cubs, I'm going to go Cody Bellinger. Talked about him briefly during the home run segment. I like him over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. No player has been hotter offensively since the All-Star break, really since June 1st. He's averaging over 3 hits, runs, RBIs per game. This number should be 2.5. I'm frankly shocked they keep listing it at 1.5. Going to keep pounding this number as long as it's this low. Decent price here as well at minus 130. And then we're going to go to the Texas Rangers money line, a little bit juicier here, but I like the spot for them. The Rangers are coming off 4 losses, but I like them to bounce back here with Jordan Montgomery on the mound. The left-handed pitcher was acquired around the trade deadline from the Cardinals. He's been fantastic since he joined the Rangers with an ERA of 2.6, facing the Diamondbacks, who it's going to be a bullpen game for them. I think that's very advantageous for Texas, considering the Diamondbacks bullpen has been absolutely putrid, the 4th highest ERA in the majors. So yeah, I'm going to take a shot on the Texas Rangers money line, Cubs money line, and Cody Bellinger to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
Hashtag educate, entertain. Do you want to do the work? Now, we are on a very slippery slope because John Parker in the chat says, hey, can we get the leagues on the summary screen, please, Buckets? As if Buckets runs the show. As if Buckets is calling the shots. And he writes that very comfortably, I might add. Now, Zach says if you're a SportsLine member, you would have had these picks an hour ago. Zach, thank you for helping me do my job. There's so many new people coming every single day. I see our channel growing. I see our SportsLine subscriptions going up because we welcome everybody. We're not like everybody else where we talk down to you and don't include you. We want you to be a part of the party. So here's what I'm going to do for you right here, right now. I'm going to give you 60% off. Use a promo code COACH. I'll give you the first 3 months 60% off. And then in November, when you're playing with house money and you've had more fun than you've ever had before, then and only then are we going to gouge you for $10 a month. That's what we do. It's the best place ever. Tell all your friends. So now, grab your paper, grab your pencil, because Sia Nejad is ready. See, you all thought, see, Buckets, that's next level right there, kid. That's next level. You almost thought I was going to the recap screen. But alas, I'm a pro in every sense of the word. Sia, first 5, Sia. Floor is yours.
And Coach, I'm a pro as well, which is why I didn't even flinch. By the way, the chat, a lot of anger in there. Matt F says the Rangers suck. I don't know on what planet the Rangers suck. But listen, I like both of those sides that Propy gave out. Those were 2 that I was looking at as well. Just an FYI there. But I'm going with the Reds first 5 plus a half. The Reds first 5 plus a half at the Angels minus 125. And I already mentioned it when we talked a little bit about Elly De La Cruz. Giolito just hasn't been that dude. First of all, he hasn't been that dude all season, but he certainly hasn't been that dude with the Angels. He's given up a lot of runs. He's given up a lot of hits. Now, granted, the one thing about Giolito I'll mention, he's had some really tough matchups. He's had to go against some really good bats, but even against some of the lesser teams that he's had to face, he hasn't been that good. On the other side of it, for the Cincinnati Reds, we have Graham Ashcraft, who's been really solid. Now, granted, his matchups haven't been as difficult as Giolito's, but he has been really solid. Easy matchups, hard matchups. He's going deep into games. He's limiting runs. He's limiting hits. And by the way, this Reds team is in the thick of the playoff race, and the Angels are now cooked. I'm not saying they don't have any motivation to play these games. They still have some bats. They're quiet bats, but they have bats nonetheless. But at the end of the day, the Reds are playing better. They've got the better pitching matchup. And I like this to be a low-scoring first 5, which is I think the plus a half is really going to come into play here. 1-1, 2-2 was definitely in play. We cash in those 2 circumstances. So give me the Reds first 5 plus a half at minus 125.
We don't talk about buying runs or half runs very often, but I do this all the time personally. It's a really smart way of doing it. And normally, right, see, you only have to pay, in some instances, an extra 20 or 30 cents. It's not horrible.
So we're already, Coach, we're already getting beneficial juice in these circumstances because we've got road teams that are traveling, the Monday Blues, all of those things. So usually we're getting that at plus money. So to get the plus a half a run, to your point, we might be playing like an extra 30 or 40 cents. But what that does, the road team already has, good juice for us anyway. So minus 125. If it was like, minus 160, minus 170, I wouldn't be interested. But in this case, I think the plus a half is a little bit of a gift here.
All right. There you have it. And we talk all the time. For those of you that are new, you say, well, is it really that big of a difference between 120 and 130? Well, if you do this every day, yes, it is. Every little bit counts. That's why we do the early edge and not the late edge. All right. Now, we're going to help you out there. Malachi says, I'm having trouble subscribing. I entered coach and promo box and nothing happens. Keep trying. I've had no issues yet from anybody, and we're signing up a lot of people right now. But if you continue to have that, send us a tweet at the coach rules, and I'll get you set up. EC or AB will help you. No problem. We got you. Now, So many of you have not hit the like button yet. So in the last couple of minutes here on the show, please do that for us. It helps the show grow because I've been telling you for months, we are growing onto bigger places. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm so damn excited. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the real recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the ones and the twos. First 5C, he's on the Reds today, +0.5, -125. Then buckets. Both of these plays are from the Turkish Super League. Both plays start at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Adana, Demirspor, I think. Draw no bet, -115. Then Fenerbahce. Let's go money line and the over 1.5. This protects you. So 2-0, you win, but 2-1, you also win. For those of you who always ask about soccer betting, this is the educational process. That's why you throw in the over 1.5. 2-0 win, but 2-1 also win. All right, Propstarz, 3 big plays today. And you know it, Proppy is on a money line play. He absolutely loves it. Rangers, a little juicy, -155. But Propstarz, sometimes the juice.
Worth the squeeze, Coach.
Damn right. And today's one of those days. And the Cubs on the money line, -130. He said, I can't believe they're not a bigger favorite. I think Cody Bellinger also plays for the Cubs, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, -130. Quickly, a reminder, early edge in 5, still going to happen every single day all the way up to, I believe, September 1st. We're going to switch over into our NFL schedule. So there will be no early edge in 5, but all those picks, they'll be in the morning show. We're going to put them on social media. We still got you. Don't even worry about it. And for the person in the chat that said we should give Buckets a chance to host, just like we did with EC, over my head. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. It's time to go wheels up to the tour. Straight to the pay window. Giant Tiger Crew, love up. Counselor, Proppy, Buckets, Snake, always on the ones and the twos. Damn it. Don't forget early wedge, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Not from the friendly confines. We're doing it, though. All 4 of us tomorrow. I'll be live from Florida. We grind for you. We never stop. We never stop. So we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Right here at the early edge. Good luck.